Sunday, the 24th day of July 2016. I'm your host, Alex Jones, back in studio for the live Sunday broadcast. We'll be here for the next 2 hours. Thank you again so much for joining us. We're going to look back on the incredible events of the RNC. We're going to look forward to the unbelievable events already unfolding at the DNC, where we have crew on the ground. They'll be joining us coming up in the last 15 minutes of this hour. Roger Stone, former head of the Trump campaign and Trump confidant, will be joining us coming up in the second hour to cover the waterfront. And obviously I have a lot of other news concerning Camp Trump. And even some of this stuff I was told, I was like, you know, not from Roger Stone, my other Trump source. It's even closer to Trump. You could say you couldn't get closer to Trump than this person. I'm sorry. The point is that very interesting developments is all I can tell you. And the source told me I could go ahead and talk about it, but you know what? I'm just not going to. So there's that said. Also had dinner with Nigel Farage of UKIP, who, by the way, told me he's not resigning completely. He's still going to be in the EU Parliament. He's resigning from the head of UKIP to try to give the political class there a chance to do the right thing and not make it about his party getting ahead, but actually about the establishment doing the right thing. And that's what I'd heard he was doing as a major olive branch. He told me that point blank at dinner, and I said, is that off record? And he said, absolutely not. He said, I have a bad feeling I'm going to be back very, very soon. Very, very good man, very, very real, very, very concerned about how they're attacking the UK, England right now, trying to keep them inside. Spent about an hour with him. That was amazing. We got a bunch of interviews as well that we haven't even aired yet. What we're seeing unfold right now is so epic that it just makes my head spin. The good that's happening, the bad that's happening as well. This is going to be a very important broadcast. But I tell you, that is a very enjoyable joke that I have a Trump insider that's not Roger Stone. I'm sorry, it's just funny. It's so ridiculous to watch the dinosaur media falling apart, and they know they're falling apart, and they had a deadness in their eyes. The arrogance has left them. Their aura of invincibility has fallen, and it has been the listeners of this broadcast, Donald Trump, Matt Drudge, and others who have really helped this major breakthrough that I really don't see being reversed. And I'm not an overconfident person, but barring the globalists basically nuking major cities and trying to bring in some type of new dark age, which they might do, I don't see them long-term winning. Now, for those of us alive right now, that doesn't really say much because it's going to get rough. Stone wants to respond to it. I was talking to CJ, he's a really smart guy. So what do you think of the Young Turks thing? If you haven't heard about it, it's one of the most viral stories out there the last few days. I was on Media Row, hundreds and hundreds of media booths, everyone grabbing me, wanting me to come talk to them. But that wasn't just me they wanted to talk to. It was everybody. It was a free-for-all. Ann Coulter crashed one show I was on. I crashed another. Sync of the Young Turks was crashing shows. I mean, this is what was going on. One of their folks was like, hey, come over here, be on our show. I'm like, I'll be back later. So then they're just up there on this little stage, and I hey, what's going on? He's all nice at first, but then the guy that I'm pretty sure it's the guy that had divided us up like 20 minutes before, he starts screaming, Alex Jones is taking over. And then Sync goes crazy. And I don't think he was in on this, and just starts screaming and yelling and threatening to physically attack me, and some guy spit in my face. Well, same guy that I believe it invited us up. Looks like the same guy, but they all have that fake intellectual, dress to them. And CJ said, this is really a diversion from the history that's happening right now. And this, failing, sinking leftist, pro-Islamic globalist group acting like I needed their show. I mean, it's really just a lesson in a hoax by them. And that YouTube was pulling videos of the confrontation so people couldn't see the actual truth. But later they had to reinstate them under pressure. I'm going to be absolutely, completely honest with all the listeners and viewers out there. I have never been in a better mood. I've never been happier. I've never been more excited. I don't care about knowing Hollywood people or even rock stars. Once you've had a chance to do it, it really becomes old hat. Even though some of those folks are really interesting informative, passionate, liberty-loving people. I like them because they're patriots, the people I know, not because they're famous. In fact, being famous to a great extent is a gilded cage. And those that have become famous and haven't lost their soul, you notice are always trying to move to the countryside somewhere to be left alone and, you know, changing their name and getting a facelift or a nose job so no one recognizes them. But I am so proud of my association with Donald Trump and my association with people like Matt Drudge, because they are true trailblazers. They're innovators that swam against the current and are trying to basically restore our republic and the true renaissance, the free, open society. And I tell you, to know that Donald Trump is real, to know that Donald Trump is informed, to know that Donald Trump is aware of the world government plan and the plan to make us poor under Cloward and Piven and Agenda 21, and to know that he really does want to restore the republic and really turn loose the engine of human innovation is so exciting. Now, there are two rules about Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club, and the second rule is don't talk about Fight Club. And this is definitely the real Fight Club. This is what Fight Club wishes it was, okay? And I'm going to just stop right there. People like General Flynn and all these other patriots, I mean, amazing to be absolutely confirmed what I already knew, that they're dialed in. They get the whole program better than I do, and they are ready to fight it. They think America is ready to wake up and take action against the New World Order, and it is just such an exciting time to be alive. I'm going to stop right there. But I'm telling you, we don't have an uphill battle anymore if we just realize that humanity is built to win. Humanity is built to innovate and rise. And that for far too long we've been asleep and let these Lillipullies, these little tyrants like Debbie Wasserman Schultz and others suppress us and control us, because we're not arrogant. We're not seeking power. We're just seeking success and kinship and honor. Well, we're not going to have all that unless we get these people out of our way. And so there's not some utopia we're offering on the other side, but it's certainly the opposite of what we're under right now, which is total parasitic despotism. We have a cornucopia of news to cover. But let me just tell you all something from the highest levels of the Pentagon, where there are patriots, from the highest levels of the Trump campaign, and from the highest levels of the resistance in this country. This broadcast is the spirit of the resistance. This broadcast is having the effect. My prayers to God Almighty every day are coming true. And that's what God promises us in the good book, is that if we take action and do the right thing and continue to persevere for a long time, in the end, God will take us the rest of the way. And that's happening right now. And even if Trump has the election stolen, even if the globalists set a nuke off in a major city, they could do anything to bring in tyranny, it's not going to work. Because by resisting, we win. Even if Trump doesn't get across the finish line, he's moved the ball to the 1-yard line. And we got 1,000 downs, folks. If we just take it in our hands, it's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing what's going on. They want to break our will and take our hope. It's not going to work. All right, let me just read to you some of the headlines, and I'm going to come back and cover them. And then we have our crew in Philadelphia covering things. They're going to be popping in. We're going to have Roger Stone joining us to cover all the new developments and so much more we're able to talk about. Just as a microcosm, he's having a violent criminal audit all of a sudden, and they're just claiming he didn't pay taxes, period, and is involved in total tax evasion for 2014, even though he has a copy of the check and the filing and the check and the money deposited, and they say, we don't care, we're basically coming to arrest you. That's what Obama's now doing to him. This just started during the RNC last week. He had to run back to New York and deal with it. And he's not scared. He loves it. He understands this is the animating contest of liberty. But Nixon had 110 names that he was looking at auditing to mess with, and he got basically the beginning of impeachment had to step down over it. And I say, yeah, good, that's bad. So does Stone, who worked for him. But now they just do it en masse, and they go, well, that's okay. And that's done to intimidate people. It's an act of desperation. Good, have a jury trial. Go in there with his check, and he paid, and they said, they just don't care. They just don't care. It's all about just a bunch of arrogant people bullying around. Now, get ready for this. They're at the DNC. They asked the baseball commission why this is going on. They said, no, we changed the printout because they have the sections at the baseball field where they're having part of the convention. They put a big tent up in Philadelphia. It's on Infowars.com. We're going to write an article about tomorrow. Dems censor white from red, white, and blue to avoid triggering. So it was a white section. As if anybody would think blue, red, white, as if anybody. So they've changed it to a cream section. We're going to play part of that, but the crew's going to be joining us. And if you want to go down that line of censorship, the BBC is now announcing they want to stop using the word terrorist. They don't say Islamic terror already, and now they're going to censor the names. In fact, they've officially done it. This is mainstream news. They're not going to say Ali or Muhammad, even though the latest attacker was called Ali and yelled Allah Akbar. They're going to censor all Islamic names and words from the attacks and then say no ISIS connection. I guess to the big attack killed 80-something people yesterday, and then there was 80-something a couple weeks ago, and hatchet attacks and 9 dead and all this stuff. And it's like, wow, you guys really are doubling down with this. But Dems have banned the white section at the DNC. Munich teen gunman has no ISIS links, the police say. Even though they've been ordered, German ministers are raped. And then they come out and say a blonde-haired German did it. BBC scrubs Ali from Munich killer's name on TV. I'm sorry. I mean, that's next level BS. This is like Monty Python. It's actually so entertaining if it wasn't so deadly. You know, when your family gets killed. Syrian refugee arrested after killing woman with machete. Reuters in Germany, police say. Just always a Syrian or, Afghan. Of course, there's people that invaded Syria. I love they always say with this guy that killed the people at the McDonald's, they said he was a German. Of course, he's from Afghanistan. From Iran. I mean, it's just... German machete attack. Shocking footage shows Syrian refugee launched. This is it's like every few hours now. Launching deadly assault in which pregnant woman is hacked to death. Why don't they just call him German? I'm surprised this article even actually got it right. German officials respond to migrant axe attack by calling for mandatory Islam classes. I told you, you will be indoctrinated so that you don't trigger them. See, we're going to not have the white and red, white, and blue because that having white triggers you. And now you're triggering the Muslims wearing a miniskirt. Remember the Cologne mayor, the Greenpeace, Green Party lady? She said, don't wear those sexy miniskirts. And they're having to not have open street parties anymore. And during Oktoberfest, which Germans have done for 1,000 years, they can't do that now. They have to be walled off and in buildings because it's causing a triggering. You bring in something uncompatible to wreck the liberal society. Having guns, low taxes, freedom's liberal. Banning the color white is the opposite. It's cult-level brainwashing. By the way, we have it. There is no doubt we have a guy that is literally the most brainwashed zombie cult member of Hillary ever. And here's what's crazy. We have hundreds of these coming. This is actually what most of them are like. We didn't just go find a loon. We have, the video's up on Infowars.com, the ultimate Hillary zombie. Today we interviewed in Philadelphia. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I could care less about being famous. I could care less about being successful within the globalist system that they already control. I want to create new systems. I want to see individuals turned loose to empower themselves. I want to see humanity freed. The feudalist model of globalism is about making you poor, stupid, and controllable, programmable. What America was all about, even though it never even realized but a tenth of its plans, was about setting up a system where the individual could be turned loose to follow their dreams. And that's what Donald Trump's talking about, bringing back hope. And that's why I get excited about it, because we're changing history. We're having a massive effect. And we're bringing back real hope, not the fake hope of Barack Obama. So we've got all these articles where people named Ali are having their names censored on the news, so you don't even know it was